Boy, they continue to try and meet those 7 benchmarks that were set by Governor Cuomo to be considered for reopening by May 15th. So far, Erie County only meeting 3 of the 7 metrics. Our Dave McKinley reports now on the county's efforts to improve on that.
This is the important chart that shows the key metrics that we have to meet.
And one where Erie County comes up short is having enough contact tracers. Folks who would ask those who test positive for the virus who they've been in contact with, track them down and inform those folks that they may have been exposed to an infected person. The state says a county needs 30 contact tracers for every 100,000 residents. For Erie County, that would be 270. It currently has 20. And though Governor Cuomo has talked about the state hiring a bunch of people to do this,
I'm not waiting. I want to make certain Erie County can meet that metric.
The county executive says he might take furloughed county employees and put them back to work in this new role.
So we do not have to do new hires. We may bring back some people who are currently at home not working, but we are going to increase our contact tracers.
Another area where the county is trying to catch up is required testing for the virus.
The testing is a big issue.
In order to meet another of the state benchmarks for reopening, a county has to test 3% of its population for COVID-19 per month. For Erie County, that would be 27,540 tests.
We believe we're about 300 tests a day short of where we need to be.
Earlier, the problem was a lack of available test kits, but that's no longer the case.
Because there's so many entities that are doing testing now, we think we can meet it, but you got to have the people to be tested.
So now, much like he's been urging folks to fill out those census forms, he's urging them to get a COVID-19 test just to get the numbers up. Even if they have no reason to believe they've been exposed, even if they have no symptoms, which have been requirements to request a test, but which now have been waived.
If we were to test solely symptomatic individuals, we'd probably never meet the governor's guideline.
But if you're like the vast majority of those who get the virus and don't even get symptoms, if you test positive, you will be subject to quarantine. We've also heard from a lot of you about your desire to have an antibody test to see if you might have built an immunity. The county's ordered 100,000 of those, but
it is not part of the New York State analysis for reopening. So if hundreds of thousands of people got tested for antibodies and no one was doing the PCR test anymore, it still wouldn't matter.
Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.